Let's go right to Skype and bring in Erin Coscarelli. She is the host of NFL AM on the NFL Network. Erin, thanks for joining us.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Doing great. I would imagine a place that's called the NFL Network, things are a little abuzz today, yes?
It feels like Christmas Day. Yesterday felt like Christmas Eve. Now today, finally, we're actually getting to something. You know, all this hype, all this talk. It's finally we're gonna see some action today. So it's a lot of fun. Something to talk about during the off season. Although we've been plenty busy thanks to Chip Kelly, right?
Yeah, and everything else NFL, we're never lacking for that. Erin, what's the hottest rumor right now?
Well, the Browns are trying to trade up their 2 draft picks, the first round draft picks. I think that they have their eyes on Marcus Mariota. The Eagles, you know, I'm learning. Don't believe anything Chip Kelly says. In fact, anything surprising, just continue to accept that might be what happens with Chip Kelly and the Eagles, because a lot of the players are actually having issues. Our analysts seem to think that if you are a leader and a veteran and you put up good numbers with the Eagles, you might then be at risk to be traded or to be get rid of the next season. So I don't know what Chip Kelly is doing. I know he is interested in Marcus Mariota. He did say about a month ago he didn't want to mortgage the future, but now there is some trade talk that he's put up a few guys, Michael Kendricks, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but 3 24-year-old guys to try to put on the trade block to try to get that number 2 pick from the Titans. So, you know, we're going to find out how it's all going to play out with the first round. I think it starts 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it's like 4 hours away.
Yeah, and it will be on the NFL Network and ESPN, our opposing networks. But we do have something in common, Erin, and I'm really happy to talk to you because Jim Cohen, who we had on at the Super Bowl, was my boss, and he's been your boss at the NFL Network, and one of the nicest guys in all of sports broadcasting. So
yeah, he's great. He he interviewed me for the job when I came down. Last year I was covering the 49ers, so I was up in San Francisco, and I was fortunate that a producer of the NFL AM show happened to be a Bay Area fan. So he saw me doing a report on the 49ers, and I came down during my interview and I met with Jim Cohen, immediately put at ease because you know how funny he is. He just kind of cracks jokes left and right. So Jim Cohen's a great guy over there at the NFL Network for sure.
And I'm sure the meeting was interrupted a couple of times while he could get some chicken tenders or something. He hasn't missed a meal in his life. Well,
Not me.
I'll get serious again. From your perspective, and we sit here and we talk about the Broncos draft pick, but watching it from afar in regard to the talk about the offensive line, specifically right tackle,
Yes.
would you think that that's the best way for the Broncos to go objectively? Because we can't be objective. We are homer kind of goofy people here.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Why be objective? Who wants to do that? I mean, I think right now with the Broncos, you're putting all your chips in, right? I mean, I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to assume, and I don't know if you guys agree, that this could be Peyton Manning's last season.
Sure, possibility.
So you want to think, obviously, you want to draft for the future unless they're comfortable with their backup there. But, yeah, I think that they're going to put the chips in and want to protect Peyton Manning, their guy. With that being said, that Mike Mayock, like Jake Fisher, an offensive tackle, I think a guy on the opposite side of Ryan Clady is a good get at that 28th overall pick. So I'm going to O-line. I think it's a safe get. You can't hurt yourself with wanting to amp up some depth on the linebacker side as well. But I'm assuming 28th overall pick that they're going to want to beef up that O-line. So
I'm amazed, and I guess I really am stupid. I thought Leonard Williams was the best player in the draft, and we're looking at a situation where he could fall because the quarterbacks both could go high. Then you have Jacksonville that's looking at Dante Fowler because they think he fits into his scheme. And then the Raiders, who I thought would go say, wow, Leonard Williams, and everybody's talking about Cooper going there, wide receiver, to get somebody
Right.
for Derek Carr, that you'd have Leonard Williams, who a lot of people had thought was the number one overall prospect, could fall to 5th, 6th, or 7th or something like that. Does that surprise you?
And there's no doubt that Leonard Williams is the best player in the draft. In fact, the most, I would say, impact rookie right now. You could put him on the NFL field, and he would have probably the most success without the needing the most amount of time on a team to adjust, to transition to that NFL type speed. I still am not 100% convinced that 1 and 2 is going to be back-to-back quarterbacks. I think that the Titans really do like Marcus Mariota. Obviously, there's a need there at quarterback. I'm not sure how invested they are with Zach Mettenberger. We have our guys there that say they really do like Marcus Mariota. They are open to discussion, like I had told you, with the Browns, to possibly trading a deal and giving up that 2 overall pick. But with that being said, I don't think that I would necessarily write off Leonard Williams at number 2. Because the Titans, I'm not 100% convinced that the Titans are going to decide to go with Marcus Mariota. But yes, you're right. Indeed, based on the needs of the team, Leonard Williams, who many consider the best player in the draft right now, could fall, like you said, because the Bears need a receiver. The Jets could use a quarterback. And yeah, like you said, you could see Leonard Williams fall down that draft board, and that wouldn't be a huge surprise to me. Although I agree, I think he is the best player right now in that draft class.
Hey, Erin.
And not biased, but he did go to USC, and you didn't know I'm Trojan.
That's why I brought it up, Erin. I do a little research on people. I knew that you would give us the inside story on Leonard Williams.
Hey, Erin.
So did Jack Del Rio. That's why I thought that the Raiders would be a perfect pick. Yeah.
There are a lot of kids who are hurting themselves right now. Lael Collins has some legal problems. Randy Gregory, Shane Ray. Is this going to turn the draft upside down this first round? Because those are all guys who we assumed would go in the first round.
Yeah, and reports are coming out. Lyle Collins might do the supplemental draft, and that, it's unfortunate. These guys who you get one shot to play in the NFL, the greatest sport in the United States, in my opinion. Again, I might be a little bit biased. It's my favorite sport. And to see these types of things happen, especially before such a pivotal moment in their lives that they've worked their whole life for.
Yeah.
It is frustrating. It is a little disappointing. I feel bad. I just feel bad for these young men who make these types of mistakes before such a pivotal moment, and I think it will ultimately affect where they're drafted, who they end up going to. I think it's with what we've learned with the NFL. Certainly, their on the field talent is just as important as their off the field character, and that's why I want to say the Buccaneers did quite their due diligence by interviewing and talking to over 75 people that knew Jameis Winston, from like a state attorney to teachers to players to coaches. It's important to the teams that if they're going to invest in a first round draft pick, that those guys better be just as dependable on the field as they are off the field.
Give us a secret. We've known this guy for a long time, and you kind of work with him occasionally. That would be Terrell Davis. Is he in a good or a foul mood when you guys have to get up so late at night and so early in the morning? Do you like being around Terrell, or is he just been a real jerk to you?
It really depends. I'm going to say, no, he's great. Terrell Davis has got to be, for everything he's accomplished, he is just as humble as he is accomplished. And he is truly one of my favorite people to work with. He is a lot of fun. He has a great sense of humor, as I'm sure you guys know. And, he loves his job. So, yes. By the way, guys, not that long now, I'm going to be going to bed and waking up in like 4 hours. hours are crazy.
Better you than us, Erin. She's Erin Coscarelli. She's the host of NFL AM on the NFL Network. She works with our buddy TD. Say hi to TD for us from Woody and Les. And thanks for your time. By the way, it's on from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. here in Denver.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Erin.
Okay.
Have
Bye,
fun
guys.
today.
Thanks.
All right, we'll talk to you.
Yes.
Erin Coscarelli. And that was brought to you by the Harmony Foundation. It's Colorado's premier treatment program for drug and alcohol addiction, located just outside of Estes Park, a very nice private 45-acre mountain campus. They are insurance friendly. Go to harmonyfoundationinc.com.